Welcome, everybody, to the Tipped and Stiff podcast with your host, Kate Alvarez and
Jared Sturridge.
There was a shooting in New York in a subway. It would seem that America is back on track.
Yes, false flags and mass shootings go great together.
I'm just saying that was one thing that COVID didn't have, thank God, because it was bad. That bitch mass shootings are bad, but I'm just saying it's a sign of the times because people are in places where there's enough in mass for there to be a shooting.
I mean, there was quite a few people together in the later stages of COVID. I mean, but like on the subway,
It's bad.
what was he doing? He bought fireworks from. Yeah, they don't know why he did it, but he was like,
He just did it.
Bought fireworks. He
just said,
fucking
"Fuck
dropped
it."
his credit card.
Yeah, but he's an asshole.
Yeah, he makes a lot of videos online.
Nobody died, right?
No one died, but
That's
like
good.
30 people got shot, and he had like a handgun.
They will. Prayers to the families.
Yeah.
And to them. However, nobody died.
No.
How pathetic.
Yeah.
I mean, how are you going to do something and not at least do it well?
What do we always say about whether it's drunk driving or podcasting?
Be in the 95th percentile of everything you do.
Yeah.
God, we started so dark. Why did you let me do that?
Hey, I didn't let you do anything.
You're going to do it regardless. Don't lie.
Happy Easter, everybody.
He has risen.
He has risen indeed.
indeed.
Hallelujah. And happy Passover to our good friends.
And Ramadan.
And Ramadan. God damn.
Happy everything.
Happy everything. At least we're inclusive. We might joke about horrendous things, but we are inclusive.
Yeah, I mean, I'll joke about a mass shooting done by a white person as same amount as I would about one done by a black person. That's inclusivity. I'm sorry.
We keep digging a hole here. And we keep going farther.
Hey, but you know what they say?
No, you're done. I don't know what you're going to say. I don't want to know.
No, you keep digging because you never know how close you were when you gave up.
Okay.
To China.
To getting canceled. Taken off the air. Why do I have the vape in my hand?
Yeah, put it down. It's not,
me.
you know.
Listen. I'm just saying, things are getting back to it, though. Like, I feel like I'm finally, like, I was watching King Gizzards, like, at Coachella.
Yeah.
Where things feel nice.
Mm-hmm.
I feel happy. Did you see that China is having a big lockdown again?
Yeah, like millions of people are just trapped in their apartments.
But when are people not trapped in their apartments in China? That's the thing. I have no frame of reference.
It's more of a mentality before. Now it's like a mandate.
Right. Interesting.
Now that's like it's enforced.
Right.
Physically.
We'll have to see what happens about that.
Yeah.
I'm
it's
sure
dark.
we'll be fine.
I beg to. Well, we'll see. We can always just say that we'll see. There were a lot of screaming. There was a lot of screaming coming from the city. Did you see that video?
There's a video where people are screaming.
There's a video of a person filming out of their apartment of like Shanghai, this whole area, like blocks and blocks, and there's just like thousands of people just like screaming bloody murder. It sounds like demons. Like it sounds like they're trapped in hell.
Is this fake news?
No, this is like a real thing.
Did you see this on Tucker?
I saw it on.
Oh, hold on. This isn't it.
It's just like a video at night out of the window.
Price is like, I found another video of people screaming out.
Oh, this is also not the one.
Well, no.
Oh, it's probably in there.
It's, yeah, it's like a
Yeah, here, yeah.
horrific video. Okay.
This isn't real.
No, you hear the guy talking in the beginning. I think it's real. Because so like it started.
This is not real.
It's definitely real.
This is not real.
Yes, it is. It literally came out of China. Like one person was screaming, and then like a bunch of people, neighbors, started screaming.
I mean, to be fair,
it could be
this
faked.
is the only video I've seen of this incident, and you'd think that there'd be more somehow. But
it literally in the corner says authenticity unverified.
Yeah, well, they have to put that. Because it was from like a civilian who's like, it just got put online.
Keep playing it.
I don't know.
It doesn't seem.
I've
real
seen
to
some
me.
other kind of crazy shit too, though. Just like people getting like taken and stuff.
That seems real.
That
seems real.
I've seen. Yeah.
What is this, a movie trailer?
Not a real video.
What is the trailer
Are we
for
gonna
Outbreak or
what
Contagion, that
is
movie?
going on here?
Who is that? Why are they...
Child. All right. Wait, are we
Why did
fucking
we-
ourselves right at the top of the hour here?
Yeah,
With
we are.
this? We should probably not watch
Yeah,
this.
we really are. No, I mean the first minute, the first sentence I spoke fucked us on this podcast. Where it's already over.
That's true.
I mean,
It's already
it
over.
could be easily faked. You're right. That could be easily faked.
Easily, it was.
But it really is still. It's still happening. That stuff's still happening right now.
Probably.
You know.
The thing is, America doesn't need a lockdown to be screaming outside of an apartment.
No, we do it every day.
I do it every day. We had fun last night.
Yeah.
We celebrated the Lord.
Mm-hmm. We went to
Milwaukee.
Mad Planet.
We went to Mad Planet in
Ooh,
Milwaukee.
fun.
First time I've been to a club. Was that? Have you been there?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Twice.
It was very fun. I had a
Yeah.
good time.
Yeah.
I have to say, I didn't feel angry at any point.
And usually you do at a bar. Usually you feel like you look at somebody and they stir some rage
Some emotion.
because they're just like you can see in their life and you know it's embarrassing.
It's just something. Yeah, just something.
You imagine them.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Some people you see and you feel disgusted by.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just something like open-toed shoes in winter that bothers me.
Who's on that?
There are people on that. It's not okay. But you know what I'm saying? The thing is, we had a good time. I think I had a better time, though, because before we left, your girlfriend, who we will not name, your girlfriend bought... God damn it, Bryce. Your girlfriend bought... How big... What are the levels? There's a fifth of Fireball. Then there's a step below that, and then there's the little pocket one. How much is that? Can we look that up, please?
Is a fifth what we usually
It's going to
drink?
be different everywhere. What
Okay, a fifth is
No,
what we
look at the
usually.
sizes of liquor bottles.
And then what's
Oh.
right? What's like the one? It's like this tall. It's like $9.
16 ounces. That's what I'm thinking.
Right. Then there's the shooters.
Then there's shooters.
correct.
Thank you. It was a quarter pint. No, bigger than a quarter pint because it definitely was more than 2 shots. It might have been a pint.
It was probably like 8 shots. It was a pint.
Okay.
It was a pint.
It was-
A pint makes sense for
Well, she had bought that,
yeah.
and then I got a hold of it, and then it was no longer.
Oh.
And it was no longer because we were like, let's pregame. I was like, right. And then I just got right to the point.
We have no sense of pre-gaming. We never pre-game
What is the pre? What
because
is
we
a
don't
pregame?
we don't Uber anywhere.
No.
And like we Ubered to this club, and so you can get drunk before you go, and save money because it was horrendous the prices at the place we went to.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But I have no sense of how to like manage my pregame so I'm not too drunk when I leave. And you don't either because we were both way too drunk when we left the apartment.
No, I don't care because I was like, I'm not driving. I'll do what I want. What am I gonna get sick? What? What are we talking about? I'm not 16. I know my limits. And I was dancing. I was having a good time. There was actually people there that we knew. It was
Yeah.
a nice time. We met some people. This guy who was in the Navy. He gave us a cigarette, which is bad for your
yeah.
health. But we consumed a cigarette.
What was the
and
music like there?
It was Ladies of Hip Hop.
Okay.
A lot of TLC.
That'd be nice.
No Doge. I don't think the cat was played.
Yeah, they didn't play the cat.
Which is a shame.
I wish they had played some like
It's usually
Janae
older.
Aiko.
Yeah, it's
Nothing
older.
like that.
They
It was
played
older stuff.
Paper Planes though,
Yeah.
which was pretty cool.
It's a banger.
That's a banger.
Yeah.
Good time. Wasn't as packed because I think not everyone was into the theme.
That's what happens with that place sometimes. It's like they'll do like The Clash versus fucking Depeche Mode or like they'll do like very niche things. where it's
Right.
like-
The indie NB has only come out for like the really like classic indie shit. They don't come
Right.
out for hip hop.
Right. I
Sadly.
had a good time, but the problem is now Tara and I have a very particular relationship, and you know this, Bryce. Right. We have a very particular relationship because if Jared meets somebody, at some point I have to meet them.
Right.
But
Unfortunately.
Jared has to get them prepared
Yeah.
to do that.
It's like a month or 2 long process of
Yeah.
letting them get little trips and drabs of you just so they know what they're getting into.
And then I emerge
And then he comes out.
out of the murky waters.
Mm-hmm.
It's like trying to build your resistance to like snake venom. You just gotta like take little
Just a
bits at
little,
time.
a little like a little pinprick of poison.
So you get the bite.
But I walked in, and your girlfriend was really nervous about me judging the apartment.
Right.
And I walked in like a golem.
You did.
Like a giant golem.
You were doing the Michael Myers slow walk throughout the entire apartment.
I was
just purveying.
And I was just looking. And she would be like, "This is this room," and I would just walk in, and she would just get like more nervous as I walked around.
He wasn't
And, like,
saying anything
I
either.
didn't say a single
This was
word.
after the club?
No,
Or
this was before we went.
Okay.
Just-
You were not sober.
I was sober,
Okay.
and I'm just looking, and I'm about to say something, and then she goes, "The rent here is $366 for all three of us," and I go,
Like each.
I have
Like each.
I have no more judgments, because I was like,
Yeah.
that's a steal. Thank God bless. I'm not hating.
Mm.
I was like expecting like, yeah, we pay like $600 each, and I wanted to really be like, that's embarrassing. Like, you need to move. This is bad. But then it was like $366. Put those together. What it was, spacious. Everything became a lot more positive.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked it. It's a cute little space. I slept on the sofa that night. It was a comfortable sofa. That's all I needed. But I met your girlfriend's roommate, and that's where problems are. It's never you. It's because if people get comfortable to you, most likely they will get comfortable to me.
Yeah.
It's the friends of the friend that you meet that can't
Yeah.
handle
Well,
it.
because they're still getting comfortable to me. Now we're introducing another person to the mix.
Right.
To
And
get
it's
comfortable with.
now it sounds like we're a bunch of drama queens, but we're not. It's more
No.
just like I like to have fun, and not everybody likes to have as much fun as I do.
So that's why the preparation is usually needed.
Right. And if they're coming along on the
Yeah.
trip to go party, you know, I want to be good at it. I want to practice. So
But it went well.
it went really well. It went really nice. Everyone was having a good time. I was dancing up a storm. Someone complimented me on my dancing. Did you know that?
Wow.
No, I didn't. I don't believe that. but
I'm
go
not
ahead.
lying. I was walking, and she like turned to me and she's like, "I just want to say it's so fun watching you out there. Like, you're really good." I was like, "Thanks." And I was blacked out. I mean,
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
beyond at that
You
point.
had almost all the fireball. You
I had,
2 or 3 double Tito's and Cokes.
yeah. And then
Enough
we
said.
met somebody who came and sat and watched the podcast
Yeah.
one time. Saw her, said hi to her. I don't remember the conversation.
Yeah,
It's
you
gone.
texted me today. You were
Does
like,
she
"What
still
did-"
watch
What?
the podcast?
It was Erica
No.
who came in and
Oh,
It was
well,
her.
yeah.
then, you know.
But I didn't remember a single thing she said.
If it was a fan just on the street in Milwaukee and then you're just drunkenly interacting with them, that'd be too.
That'd be
that's-
bad.
That was
That'd be great.
That'd be bad. You're like, this is the real me. Not really. But I can't wait to go again. I hope we get to go with more people next time. I had a
Yeah.
blast. I'm never off on Sunday, though, but I think I'm going to have to just drive up there with my own car and leave early and just go fucking hit it.
Mad Planet is a place where if you can take it over with like a group of people, it's fucking awesome because it's like the space is really nice, and if you just have a bunch of people go there,
We took it over with 4 people, to be fair.
That's the thing, yeah. But but
Exactly.
the ratio was easier to do that because we had 4 and it was like half full.
Here's the thing. Do you know why it's easy to take over spaces? Because people are afraid to have fun. That's the
Yeah.
thing. People need permission to have a good time.
Yeah.
And I want to be the person who gives them the permission. And but the way you do that is just by having fun.
Yeah.
Like if you go somewhere and you're like, "Oh, I wonder what people are going to think about what I'm wearing," or like, "I'm not going to dance too much." You know what I mean? And like try to be like that. If you're in that mindset, you're not going to have as much fun. But when you see someone that's like, "Damn, that dude's just fucking getting it. Doesn't care, doesn't give a fuck, just hitting the floor, having a good time." Other people are like, "I want to do that.
Right.
I want to have a good time. I want to have as much fun as they're having." You don't, but what you don't want to be is where someone looks at you and go, "They've had too much." Their confidence is way too high, and this is embarrassing because then you become the clown. You become the clown.
Right. It's a thin tipping point. Right from being the life of the party to the clown of the party, to the mess,
to the clown of the party,
the dangerous, like the mess that everyone wants to avoid because they're gonna just leech.
This is why Jared's afraid of taking me places, or he feels like he's rolling the dice every time because Jared does see me toe the line. I get so close.
Oh, yeah.
I get so close to becoming the clown, but somehow I rein it in.
Yeah.
But I'm at a point where I shouldn't be able to, but I do. It's all instinctual, primal.
You're not the clown. You're the jester.
I'm the jester. Thank you.
You're the Joker.
Thank you.
I really try hard to keep you from embarrassing yourself.
You've never tried to not try. You never stopped me from doing anything.
Oh, here's the thing. Let me rephrase.
Okay.
I ignore when you are getting close to embarrassing yourself, and I just let it happen because I refuse to cast judgment when you're having fun. For the most part, when it gets too serious, sometimes.
Okay. When's the last time you had to do that?
Last night.
At what point did I almost embarrass myself?
When we were pre-gaming.
Okay.
You kept doing the thing where you walk up to everybody who's in the room and you just stand on like your tippy toes so you're 4 inches, 5 inches taller, and you go, look, this is what it means to be a savage, to be an animal.
That's like, it's...
I have no problem with you doing it to me, but you were doing it to people you met 45 minutes prior. So I was just like, I'm like, hey, I'll let you do it because it's funny.
They had a good time.
I don't know how to describe. Yeah, they were fine. Sadie said she loves you. Sorry.
Right.
She fucks with you.
That's what I mean. I read the room.
I know you do. That's why that's why you don't need me to be your fucking shot caller.
I did do that a lot. That is something I remember.
Well, you do it. You've done it a lot more lately. You've been a lot more confident. I think it's because you have like a new fashion sense and you're like feeling yourself more.
Someone got me the other day. They were showing me pictures of themselves. They're like, yeah, I used to dress up like an emo and wear black and white all the time. They're like, some of us never stopped. And they like looked at me. I was like, you motherfucker. I'm like, how dare you? How dare you get me? This is not how this works.
Got him.
Got him.
That's funny.
Yeah.
We almost had an event coming up this week. You know what this weekend was supposed to be?
Oh, no.
You remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do remember.
This weekend, 4 months ago?
Hey, man, inflation is 8.5%.
Yeah, but like...
Oh, right. What were you explain, please?
So 4 months ago, we were having some fun around Christmas time. We were drinking wine at maybe Thanksgiving, having a bunch of wine, pulling it back at your house.
Probably the drunkest I've ever seen Bryce.
Yeah, and
Sure.
it was a fun because you're a fun drunk, and
You are.
because you don't get scary when you're drunk. You get really like you're like shaky, and you're kind of like.
You get a little more dancey.
You're like Toucan
Yeah.
Sam when you're drunk. I don't know. It's like
Okay.
kind of cute.
Thanks.
And then we had this brilliant idea as a group to have an outing where we just get to like pull up fucking head to toe looking the best we've ever looked and go somewhere and eat expensive, classy food in a classy place.
A bill over $1,000.
A bill over $1,000 because we
With
were
a
gonna,
large group.
We were going to
Large
invite
group.
20 people.
Yeah.
We had 20 deep going here.
And it was going to be that would have been like a $2,000 bill.
Yeah.
And that's what we wanted,
With the tip, we wanted to have a big outing, a soiree.
Thank you.
We had
There'd
like
be,
math.
dress code.
There was
thing.
gonna be a
Dress
dress code. It was gonna be like we were throwing around maybe masks, so it was a little more anonymous.
We wanted to make it seem like we were a cult or
Yes.
organized crime in some degree.
Right.
It was a really fun idea.
Yeah.
We called the place to make the reservations, but they wanted us to email them.
Which I did.
Did you?
I did. I do have some emails. I didn't respond because, life got fucking hellish for a moment. And then it's just like that fell to the back burner. And then I drive by that place, ironically, every day for work. And I look at it and I'm just like, yeah, we got to do that at some point.
We will do it at some
We
point.
will do it at some point.
But we didn't give ourselves enough time.
We wanted. Well, we were talking about how we should just like find like an 8 or 9 year old kid who's related, not just picking them up off the street. somehow related to us. And he would be in a suit, and one of our, like, the tallest of our friends would act like his bodyguards. And when the bill came, he would pay the bill, and it would really, like, just drop a car at $2,000, just fucking nothing.
That would be wild.
Dude,
Walk
let's
out
get
with a limo.
let's
With a
get the
limo.
fighter kid.
Who?
A little kid. What's his name?
Hasbullah?
Hasbullah.
Let's get Hezbollah.
Well, he
He
should
probably
just pay
takes
for
a
it.
fee.
Yeah,
He should.
He
just
could
pay.
probably. If
He's really nice.
Is he?
Yeah, he's a sweetheart.
How do you
met him?
know?
It did everything.
It's probably your
I went
cousin.
down the rabbit hole of. I went down the rabbit hole of Hasbullah, and he's just like, he's like Mike Tyson now spiritually
Oh,
for some reason,
Huh.
and it's really cool.
that's interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
Wow,
yeah.
Wow.
But he flexes all the time.
I respect that.
Yeah, but we were gonna do that, but then it just didn't work out.
Why didn't we do that? Oh, because of Bryce. I
Yeah.
get it. We'll
I
blame
mean,
you.
I had the intention. I had every intention to do it,
But you didn't.
but I didn't. No.
That's
And
embarrassing.
it just wasn't the time. I just don't think we were ready.
I was ready.
Well, then you should fucking plan it,
I will.
mister.
I will be.
And you
next
should
month.
pay for it too.
Oh, see, right. Okay, can we talk about Elon, the fucking
Yeah.
dork?
Speaking of wealth, let's get into Elon.
letting dorks have way too much money these days.
Yeah.
Way too much. We have incels and dorks with billions out here.
Millie
He
Billies.
dated Grimes. I mean, why? He impregnated Grimes. First of all, is that like a what's it called?
In vitro.
Yeah,
When they just like
'Cause he's like
take
a robot.
syringe up there.
yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine him
It's not the same,
seducing.
right? I can't.
It's
I can't
not
imagine,
the same.
I can't imagine being seduced, dude. Dude. Okay, first of all, being seduced by Elon Musk. Why? Or being seduced, actually, getting seduced,
Mm-hmm.
and then fucking him, and then being impregnated. That's out of this. I mean, we're out of our damn minds. That should not have been allowed. The military should have stepped in.
They did. It was about a $300 million contract.
They're not together, are they?
They're
No,
not
not
together
So Grimes
anymore.
is a single
Wait,
mother.
Elon Musk and the military? Yeah, they are together.
Grimes is still together.
No, Elon Musk and the U.S. military.
They are together.
They
but-
are together.
But Grimes is a single mother.
I believe so.
Damn.
Right, but she's not like other single mothers.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? I feel like ending up as a single whatever parent is not always the plan.
No, it's not.
But imagine having a successful music career and still ending up like that.
I used to really want to be. I used to be my plan. Is like sometimes I would
Abandon
hope,
your children?
No. I would.
Okay,
I would.
sorry.
I would hope. I don't know why I had this thought. It was like a short period of time where I thought, if I have like a kid with somebody, I kind of hope my wife dies and I just get to raise the kid myself and just have like like a relationship just like that. And
That's
then
insanity.
you
just said something insane.
I was worried I wouldn't be able to commit to a wife many years ago.
Oh, this is like in early high school.
This was like early high school.
All right.
This wasn't
the hormones
recently.
and the emotions are in the proper places to be having those thoughts.
Yes.
I understand.
Yes.
Wishing your loved ones to be dead.
So you
Yes.
don't want that now.
I don't want that now.
Okay.
I could not want that. I've listened to Mount Erie's album. I don't want that to happen.
Right.
The one where his wife dies.
I know the
You know the
album.
one, yeah.
All right. Billionaire Elon Musk offers to buy Twitter for whoa, what happened? $41. 40 bill. 42 bill. 42 bill. That's a mortgage, right? Am I a little off? Okay. A regulatory filing shows. Why? Why Twitter? Twitter seems kind of... Who's using... I mean, we're using Twitter right now, but who's using Twitter?
I love Twitter.
But you're wearing a rabbit suit.
The president uses
Yeah.
Twitter.
Everybody does.
Right.
The former president used Twitter.
The former president.
He's trying to bring
used-
back free speech. Come on, you should be stoked about this.
Elon?
I think I
Yeah.
think his intentions are probably good, but also money is the
Apparently, yeah.
other side of the
If
intention.
Elon buys it and unbans Alex Jones and Donald Trump,
DTJ.
I might forgive a few things. And it's not that I want them to be proactive on the website. It's just that it's the goal. I would respect it.
Yeah.
I would respect it. I would because here's the thing. We don't want billionaires causing any real problems. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
But if they can cause some problems on the internet, things that may not have real world implications, which, hold on, because I understand that those two folks did have real world implications. But
Some
not
might
just
say.
because of Twitter.
No.
Like Donald Trump's going to run again in 2024 with or without Twitter.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Alex Jones still has a wide audience.
They will still kill Alex Jones whether or not he has a Twitter account.
Thank you.
It's weird. It's a weird move, but it makes sense to me because you look at certain people in the spotlight and you try to guess what their next move is, and sometimes a move doesn't make sense, but when you see other people in the past who do like moves that don't make any sense, then they make a decision that is like the best. Like Donald Trump, for example, no one would have seen really his like entrance into politics in the same way they would see a regular going up through the system of politics, becoming a politician, then to become president. I think people are right that this might be his way of making himself look presidential, look like a leader, a charismatic leader. And
We can't let him
a
do
capable
that.
no.
We can't
No.
let him do. Again, he impregnated Grimes. I
He-
immediately. Could you really trust the man with the nukes who did that? I'm just saying. I'm not hating on Grimes. I am hating on Grimes.
Yeah, you are.
I mean, like, I just
got some
feel
good songs.
she's just odd.
Yeah.
She's weird.
She
yeah.
kind of freaks me out.
Don't you
cool,
think
though.
that was on purpose too?
You think it's
Because
all?
you-
You
because
think he's
people
all
say-
into it?
If he can go ahead with that, imagine what he could get done in office.
But can we let Elon really have the button? He's gonna.
Yeah, he's
I
not
think
going to shoot nukes. He's not an idiot.
Yeah, I don't see him as
Yeah.
like a warmonger
No,
at all.
You don't think so?
Not
No.
at all.
I
No.
think so. I think the moment things get a little, I think the moment that you have an arsenal at your fingertips, I think you change. Because listen, he has enough money to make all of us. Why is there so much smoke in this room? What happened? You noticed that, right?
No.
It's Ethan.
Is it? Can you knock it off? Here's the thing. He has enough money to make everybody in this room disappear. Like our moms would never see us again.
Yes.
Not the bodies, not a trace.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there wouldn't be a cent for the dogs, right? But if you could do that to a country, you can't do that with $1 billion. You have to have an arsenal and many people in front of you.
Yes.
That's what freaks me out because he does a lot of silly shit. And I don't think, I don't want him tweeting about like, I'm in Ukraine. We're in Moscow right now, and there's bodies littering the streets. Because I feel like I just don't like his aesthetic of being like relatable and quirky, but also having a ludicrous amount of money. And if he became the president as well, I just feel like I couldn't take that seriously, and also I think it would have a lot of real world complications. I think people would die.
I mean, Elon Musk as an image and an aesthetic is a psyop. He does.
Yes.
He embodies the chronically online American male. Like what he presents online, that like quirky, like kind
Millennial,
of memey,
yeah.
millennial, like wants to be rich, is entrepreneurial, but like isn't really serious about anything.
But is
But
insanely
is insane.
serious.
Is really corny. That's the American male millennial, and it's weird that like these are the contenders for people we look to for hope, for answers, for solutions.
Are you looking for Elon for hope?
No, I'm not.
You're not.
I'm
but
not.
people do.
But-
the whole SpaceX thing, some people get real hard on for SpaceX.
And Starlink too, all the other shit he does, it's like
Tesla,
it's impressive.
big
And
dick energy from Tesla.
It's-
for a lot of people.
it makes it stirs the cuck energy in men who have done nothing with their lives to see one man doing so much with his life. Now, granted, a lot of that money comes from South Africa and his family who like had
Part-time
slaves
money?
getting part time. It's
Emerald money.
gig work, and it comes from hundreds of millions of dollars of DARPA contract money. It
Right.
comes from investors. It comes
Right.
from stocks.
Also, sponsoring, most likely having an opinion on coups in like South America when it comes to lithium mining. Anyone who wants to
Right.
nationalize lithium, right, because
Right.
those batteries got to come from somewhere. The cobalt and batteries got to come from somewhere. Cobalt and lithium. But
If he was president, he would be the first president with Asperger's, though. And that's kind of a win.
Bryce, I've changed my mind.
what are you talking about?
Because, he would also be the... Never mind.
Why?
Because he has
Yeah,
Asperger's.
but why is that important?
Diversity.
He is also African American.
Technically, not in. Yes.
Wait, can you even be the president if you're not born in the U.S.?
You have to have lived here for 14... You have to have been a citizen for 14 years.
You're positive about
Yes.
that? Okay.
Yeah. That rule hasn't changed for a long time.
One thing I am grateful for, I use PayPal almost every day.
Hmm.
I would like to give that up to him. I do like that. But
How old is he, by the way? He's old enough to run. Gotta be 35 or something.
Yeah, he's older, way older. There's a video here of like a minute of him talking about like why he wants Twitter.
I'm not against that.
No, me either.
See, that's why I feel like
I'm not
might be
against
legit.
that.
I think the Twitter thing's good. I think what he wants to
I'm
do
not
with it is
against
good.
that.
there's
I just
also
wanted
this too.
I wanted to have result though.
So
Yeah.
It's got to put a president in office, like it did the first time.
this
That's
is
what I
like
want.
the Twitter board and like how much actual ownership of
Jack
stock
Dorsey
that they
is
have.
2.2%. That's crazy. Yeah, so they get rid of Jack, or is he just become a co-owner?
No, I mean this is the board. So they collectively own 77 shares. So Elon owns 9%, I think. But yeah, this is more so the tweet here.
Oh, he left. Jack, wow, with Jack departing the Twitter board that collectively owns almost no shares. Objectively, their economic interests are simply not aligned with shareholders.
Right. So he's making this case that like collectively the Twitter board owns almost no share in the company, and he's like the biggest single investor, but there's like Saudi Arabia, there's BlackRock, Vanguard, Citadel, all these massive companies that own the biggest stock in Twitter.
Oh,
His share is bigger than that Saudi Arabian investment group, but not BlackRock and Vanguard. And
how big is
Citigroup.
BlackRock and Vanguard and Citadel? How much do the banks own?
Okay.
These people are demons.
Vanguard has their hand in everything. There's a whole thing about how Vanguard and BlackRock are like these Bloods and Crips of like owning the world in assets.
Everyone thinks this is the thing. People think it's like politicians are the bad people. No, it's BlackRock and Vanguard. They own people. They have slaves.
And that's why I feel like this is
new
good,
slaves.
Actually,
right?
that was the most dangerous thing I just said on the podcast.
Allegedly.
slave.
Allegedly.
What do you think?
Allegedly.
What do you think Kanye's?
Not slander, not libel.
What do you think Kanye's New Slaves was about? He knows about BlackRock and Vanguard.
He has it.
Okay,
in a
here you go.
song.
Here's your top 10 owners of Twitter.
All right, who's number
Let me get
one?
this-
The
sorry.
Vanguard group. That's ew.
10%.
Do you know how many scary people are in that?
Morgan
Like
Stanley.
would disappear you money?
BlackRock.
Oh, it's gross.
That's crack epidemic money.
It's God damn it. I hate that you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much dirty things happening here. The people who are managing BlackRock look at people like food. They look at them as like a resource. They don't look at them as people. Like if BlackRock could own every home in America and make it rentable, they would. If they could be the landlord of every single property around the world, they would do it for the sake of the shareholder. They don't care. These people are they're demons.
Well, that's what BlackRock is doing. Vanguard doesn't need to. BlackRock does it.
They're demons. These people are demons.
What is Morgan Stanley Investment Management?
Why can't we
That's
get rid of these
Chase, I think.
people?
Morgan
Why do we
Stanley.
need these?
Oh,
We
that's-
need an economist on to explain what this is in
Yeah.
detail.
It's crime and corruption.
I understand that
nothing.
part, but why? See,
No,
I
an
just,
economist is going to be like, well, you see, it's the formative market functions.
it's capitalism.
That's just capitalism.
Listen, Mr. Economist. At what
Yeah.
point was it okay that nobody could afford rent? Why is that okay? Well, and then it's just like pull yourself up by your bootstraps. And it's like, why
It's
don't
like-
I bounce your head off a wall?
That's when I pull up a gun and shoot all of us.
That's wild to me. Who is letting these?
I I saw a good tweet that said anybody who's running for president should have a net worth no greater than $1 million.
I don't want a net worth greater than like $10. I want homeless people to run. I want people with zero assets to run. I will trust anybody with zero assets more than somebody who has $1 million.
I want somebody who works hard every day for their cigarette.
I wasn't going like that, but yes.
No, I'm talking about like a homeless person who works hard every day to get what they need from people who are willing to give them.
Understandable. But like that's what it should be. Yeah. If you go to run for president, Congress too.
All of it. Throw it all out.
It's all taken away.
All of them need to go.
It all gets taken away. You get your head shaved and you get a robe. And you get to live in a commune. And you're fed like the monks. You know, the monks in fucking Sri Lanka. I don't think Sri Lanka has lungs. Doesn't matter.
Maybe.
I was thinking wherever Everest is. Nepal. Thank you. There we go. And just fucking it. Central Park. That's where we'll keep them. They'll have little log homes, no air conditioning, no heat, fire.
Yeah.
Fireplace.
You talking about the homelessness?
No, what are you on? No.
What are you talking about?
Anyone who wants to run for Congress or president, a position of power, we take everything away. They get their material identity stripped away from them entirely. Zero assets, no shareholds. They can never own a share for the rest of their life. So there's no long game. If anything,
this is kind of a good idea.
Once they're in, you cannot get out. So it is a sacrifice to the country. No.
You can't. I mean, leave office. Doesn't mean you never are done.
No. You're not in office when your term is up, but that's your life now. You're done.
Is it set up kind of like Minecraft, where you have to like take trees and build your own?
Why did you have to make this lame?
I'm just wondering, like, how do they get resources to like build a home?
The government. The government does it.
So you just want to turn the Central Park into like government housing?
A commune
for people who need to go through a different process of running for office. Like need to
everyone.
Every American.
No. Everybody who wants to hold higher power.
Yes.
With extreme, like, if you can push the button, you don't own a suit. Okay. You can't. You have a robe. You have a blue robe, a nice robe, and they're tailored. That will be the only nice thing you have. That will be it. But no more stocks of Halliburton.
No phones.
No nothing. No Boeing stocks. No making no energy company stocks. So when they go and ask you, what do you think we should do about Saudi Arabia? What do you think we should do about a pipeline being built over a reservation? They have a real opinion that's not based off fucking a number going up and down. They join, and it should be openly understood it's a cult. It should be a cult. You never leave. You won't be in office 2 terms. Still same rules apply, but for everything. Senator, representative, 2 terms. Once you're in, you're in.
That sounds like Congress with extra steps, though, kind of.
But the thing
is,
they
come in from somewhere.
Right now.
They come in.
Remove that part. No,
they pump adrenaline into their dicks, and we need to stop them from doing that.
We can't.
I like this idea. I like a clean slate idea.
And maybe 4 presidents.
Maybe 4 presidents.
5.
Split the country up. Yeah. 5. We'll balkanize a little bit. But it's still under the same flag. Yeah. Just like we should have, like, the Midwest should be the Midwest.
Sure.
And we should vote, and that, like, our governor's important, but that person who's the Midwest is the most important. Like, the president of the United States should be more of there's a bug in here, should be more of a image, if anything. Not, they just get sent around the world to go talk to leaders and collect intel. It's just like, you know what I mean? They're just to be there. They're the representative. That's it. That's all they should do. But the people who run the Midwest or run, the East Coast, I'm thinking like Pennsylvania up to Maine, not the East Coast, you know what I'm saying? And then we should definitely have one called the Bible Belt, because they need their own space. Yeah. Everyone needs to operate in their lane. We can't keep pretending that New York and California are the same place. They're different. Wisconsin's not Florida, and Montana definitely isn't Hawaii. You know what I mean? These are different places. and they need different people running their shit. All right? You go to California, they don't know me. I start talking, they think I'm inbred because of my accent. 'Cause everyone with a Midwestern accent, they go to California, you meet someone from Silicon Valley, you want to hit them over the head with a frying pan. It's horrendous. There's just Teslas. There's so many Teslas. You know how many Teslas are here? None, because there's not sun. This state doesn't believe in sunlight. We're like vampires. Vampires with decent cooking and alcoholics.
And we need someone who represents those values.
Thank you. Yes,
Right.
because Wisconsin is a state of work hard, party harder. I don't have anyone in office representing that. I have people who like to steal my tax money and fuck me on the bill at the end of the day. I need someone who came where I came from. All right? And Tony Evers, the governor of Wisconsin, isn't me. He's kind of a dork. He says folks way too much. I don't really appreciate it. I want him to come out and be like, all right, you fuckers, this is what's going on. I would appreciate that. A little more edge, a little more reality, and someone who maybe puts people in check. And I need someone here. I need someone a little in the box more, because I can't, because you know who I don't relate to? Joe Biden. I don't relate to Donald Trump. I don't relate to Obama. I don't relate to Kamala or Hillary Clinton, or I don't really relate to Ocasio-Cortez. But I relate to somebody at like a bar. Like that makes sense to me. I need someone who's like that, but smart.
A bartender should run for office.
Wait, isn't that what Ocasio-Cortez did?
A male bartender should run for office.
No. But
No, she was a bartender in some third ward fucking bullshit where she was just like dealing with yuppies and people who were just had.
It was a very progressive, an insanely progressive part of New York. I'm not from New York.
Right.
I don't walk down the street and see rats. I don't deal with that. That's not me. You're going to put someone from here to deal with the New York rat problem? That would be stupid. And why would I want someone from New York to come and handle Midwest problems?
Yeah.
What does Donald Trump know about? The New York boy, right?
Yeah.
Dirty.
Big New York boy.
Dirty.
Hustler.
New York.
Scum.
Real estate money, right? With Russian oligarchs and water park tycoons and embezzle their money, right? I don't relate to that to any degree. 0 degree. 0 degree. But you know what? I need someone to understand that the roads are shitty here. Like, I need someone to understand a place where all the industry disappears from and what that looks like. All right? If you look up pictures of like Kenosha when it was like bustling. It used to be bustling. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Bussin'. This place.
Bussin'.
Milwaukee, Chicago. When all those places leave, there's a void, and the money, the economy suffers. The dream goes away, right? Gary, Indiana. That's not a fun place. Do you want to live in Gary, Indiana? I don't want to live in Gary, Indiana. The people who live in Gary, Indiana don't want to live in Gary, Indiana.
Someone's got to live there.
Someone's got to live there, but it could be a little better, right?
Right.
There, what? Can you look up how many people have left Detroit? You want to be blown away? This number, when you read this, you got to think this city used to be the steel and innovation of this country. This city in the Midwest, in the Rust Belt. They called us the Rust Belt because that's the people are. We're rusty, right? We're kind of dirty, but we're hard workers. My grandpa used to talk about how people at this paint factory they worked with, they would on their lunch break they would go out in the field and huff paint, so they get high and they come back and they do their job well. Listen, look at that. That is so many people. 680,000 people.
No.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. The population of the city has fallen from a high of 1.8 million people in 1950 to 680,000 in 2015. That's insane. That's insane. You lose 1.2 million people? They just bail? That's crazy. Isn't that wild? That's not good. That's not a plan to success. I need someone who was born in Detroit from a middle class family, lower class, not upper. Someone who gets it. All right? Went to community college. Go that far. Went to community college. I need them to be the president of the Midwest because they get it. They get the mindset. They get the people. They get the racial things. Right? It's one of the most. Milwaukee's most segregated city in the United States. 2 of the biggest racially motivated police shootings / abuses happened in the states right next to each other, Minnesota and Wisconsin. Right? George Floyd, Jacob Blake, right here. Riots, national recognition. Right? It was a bad thing. It was a problem. Right? I don't need somebody from California trying to figure this out.
No, because it has nothing to do with them.
No.
Like, stay out is really what I'm trying to say. Like, and the people who come from those really bad places from the Midwest, who saw like the worst of it, will be able to recognize that that's happening on a similar degree across the entire Midwest in different pockets, and it's in different stages of decline. Similar to the ones that they saw in their family's life and their community's life. But someone who, because you can't get like a genuine reaction to a problem out of someone who like doesn't understand why that would be happening, or why that the life of the Midwest, the lifeblood of the Midwest or of any place is what it is. Because you don't care about it if you never really came from it.
Right.
I barely understand it, but I care about it.
Right.
Like, I see the fucking, like, you drive through Racine, and you drive like through like the main street downtown right before you get into Racine, coming from Kenosha, and you see just the actual decrepit buildings. They're mostly gone in Kenosha now, but you see the hollow spaces there.
Right.
And I feel the souls of the people who lost, and it just, that all that loss bled out into people, either whether it was people who made money off of that, or people who just knew that it made the community thrive more, and it was a part of why they were successful in the first place, why the city was successful in the first place. Whichever way they interact with it, it affects them negatively, and it trickles down.
Right.
And I'm running for.
You're running for president.
No, someone should know that if they're going to be like that when it comes to any place.
Now, it's a thing. To say that times are bad all over. There's homelessness in every state, everywhere. There's there's communities in shambles. There's places that have been forgotten about. There's been places that have had their own historical travesties done to them. I'm not saying that the Midwest is, special. It's not. But it gets cold here. You know what I mean? Winter is a state of mind. There's something that just changes people here with that. When you put everything on top of it, the construction's never really done. It's fucking cold.
Did we talk about this last episode?
A little bit. I'm not going to go into super big deep field.
I was just like having a deja vu. I was like, wait, did we?
Yeah. And it's more just to try to point out, like, if someone was born in California, I want them to try to figure out California problems. And even if some of those solutions to those problems could be used across many states and maybe should be implemented, the fact that they have a degree of understanding where they're coming from is something I respect. And I want more in representatives instead of just some random someone with some money. American Dynasty connections, dirty money, Yale Skull and Bones money, CIA money, right? Doing crazy deals across the world money. I don't need that. We don't need that. I don't want that. And I want someone who, gets what's going on. But we're never going to have that.
What about Kanye?
Can you knock it off? Kanye actually would be decent. Like
from the Midwest.
And literally from Chicago, did not grow up rich by any degree. He's technically more, what I'm saying, more qualified, but he's very material. And sometimes he gets a little wild. I think he might be unpredictable, Bryce. But I respect the suggestion.
I would definitely vote.
Okay, we got 19 minutes left.
Okay. Well,
what do you... Can we get into the Biden thing?
What Biden?
You want to watch the
Just
video?
this video.
What video?
That's a nice little video.
It's horrific.
What do you mean? Oh, we got Twitter up again. Why are we doing so much Twitter stuff?
Twitter's nice.
Was What was?
That's it.
What was happening?
He finished a speech.
And thought people were gonna be behind him.
He
He,
just fin-
he
yeah.
thought someone was next to him, and he went.
Just turns around, opens his hand to shake.
The music, the American anthems are sounding more and more like circus music. Doesn't it feel like it when you see it paired with that? Feels like someone's on a trapeze and somebody with face paint is swinging around.
American marching music's weird.
Yeah.
A lot of it, like our stuff is really upbeat. You know what I mean? Like other countries, they're not. They feel powerful, but ours
Right.
is are like
Ours don't have any darkness to them. And there's no pain
darkness
to it. Music, good music has a little bit of pain with it, even if it's like an uplifting song.
Thank you. What's this one?
Here's just more. This is from like 2 weeks ago. Joe's just like walking around, like
Exasperated and alone.
like he's the president. No one's trying to talk to him. Like Barack Obama's just stealing the show. They brought him back. He's just standing back there like the good old days, confused as fuck.
Do you
like-
relate to him?
Sometimes.
To Joe?
Oh yeah.
How so?
Just zone out sometimes and just don't remember what I was thinking or doing. I'm just walking around my house kind of just like, what was I doing?
Oh
I
my.
relate to him because I've blacked out 3 times in the last 3 weeks.
Oh my god. Dude, what did my grandpa say today? Oh, was this? Yeah, we were watching this video. We were watching this video. So look this up. This is really interesting. There's a field in Virginia that has just like 50 or 48, 46 statues.
The
of
presidential heads,
The
yeah.
presidential
Oh
heads.
yeah, I've seen this.
And I was
I wanna
showing
go there.
my family that today. Just a story behind them. It was going to be a park. It was a park. Ah, sorry. Yeah, look at that. That's cool. Wacky. Also, it's not cool that Abraham Lincoln's was like the only one that fell in the process, and like the entire back of his head is like missing. And I thought that was not.
That was God that did that.
Yeah, but so yeah, look at that. Look at the size comparison. But he said one of the presidents that we had could write a sentence with his left hand in Latin and another sentence, the same sentence in Greek at the same time
Who?
with both his hands. One of our presidents, an old president, he could do that.
I've heard this, yeah.
My grandpa told me. He's like, my grandpa told me, he goes, that reminds me of Joe Biden. I was like, why? He's like, he doesn't know English in both hands. He can't do it in English either way. It's such a stupid joke, but it just made me feel good.
James A. Garfield,
Yeah,
by the
right.
way.
Yeah, it was Garfield.
Oh, wow.
And John F. Kennedy was a speed reader. He could read like 1,000 words a minute.
Really?
Is that weird?
What is? Wait. So
Too
why
bad
did you
no
bring
one
up
could
this,
like.
though?
It's too bad no one could like. I'm really
Abolish
glad I'm
the
here.
CIA or the Federal Reserve.
Yeah, like, man, we couldn't get some real help out.
Oh, they can read really fast. Shoot them.
First of all, that was like 25% of why I got it. That was like used. You know what I mean? That was like, that would have been used today in this, like at the CNN. Something like if CNN was like trying to push a candidate and they said some horrendous stuff, the only thing that would be on the news would be like, and he can write sentences with both his hands in different languages. And you'd be like, wow. So many people are like, he's so smart.
It'll be some nerdy, cute, like old guy, just some like dweeby old guy, some Fauci looking
Right.
guy, but not as ugly and Italian.
Fauci.
Yeah.
Did you know that Obama got like, can you look up what Obama got paid for speaking in front of all these banks? Now I want you to look it up just like that.
All of these banks.
Look up Obama 400,000 speaking fee.
Well, you just gave it away.
How did I just give it away?
The amount.
You just said the number.
Yeah, I know because we can
Oh.
find it. Yeah, there we go. Do you know this? Obama criticized for $400,000 Wall Street speech.
Whoop-de fucking do.
Yeah, you wonder why he did this? Hey, because he bailed all of them.
100
'cause his-
less than 100 days after he left office.
Yep.
It's because his podcast with Bruce Springsteen wasn't working out too well.
To be fair, our podcast without Bruce Springsteen isn't working out too well either.
Do they have 25,000 on TikTok? I bet they do.
Yeah, easily. But you know what I'm saying? Like he bailed out the banks and then got paid $400,000 for it.
Mm-hmm.
That's like nothing.
Well, they financed his campaign, so
That's
yeah,
true.
but that's not liquidable.
no, but
That's
he owed
something-
him
You
one.
need some pocket change.
Yeah.
You need some pocket change. Something to jangle.
Some walking money.
Some walking money. Imagine you could go into a bank and be like, I need to deposit 400,000. 400,000. A quick 400,000. Imagine that. You'll never have that, Bryce.
How do you know?
I know.
All right.
Bryce, you'll never have that. Bryce, in your lifetime, you'll have 20,000. Like right there. Be able to
All right.
deposit. That doesn't mean you won't have 400,000 in your bank account. I'm just saying you will never be able to go and fucking, I need to wire this. Because do you want to be someone who's like, I'll wire you the money. I'll wire you $400,000. What
We
are you?
won't be using that ancient garbage technology by then.
You're going to think it. It'll just happen.
Right.
Right. When are we going to start chipping the children?
ASAP. Hopefully they won't shut up.
See,
I
the
don't
thing
know.
was that I wasn't anti the chip and the vaccine, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah, I know it's a conspiracy theory, and it's not real, but I was not anti it. I think it would have got things to move along a little bit. Because I kind of think that maybe we could, like, what if it's kind of like that Elon Musk fucking thing they put in the brain and we start giving, like, kids superpowers?
Right.
Yeah, we got to get these math scores up.
Do you think that would change anything else about people putting a chip in them? Do you think that would, like, you could...
Jared,
you think-
Jared, before you finish that thought, I want you to look around and tell me why we don't need that. I mean, I'm
going to ask, could you program someone's sexuality with a chip in their brain?
So-
These are the questions that no one's asking.
Ooh. What if you could? What if you could just switch it
I'm
on
sure.
and up?
I bet they would find a way to do it if they really
There's lights?
tried.
Yeah,
This
Jared's
whole-
has been going the whole time.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, you got a blinking light on yours. There's like a little switch in there.
Nobody said a damn word.
Oh, just let it roll.
I'm
He is
embarrassed
risen.
now. He is risen indeed. Alleluia. I'm
Hallelujah.
programmed to say it every time
Yeah.
because I grew up Lutheran.
Listen, I'm just saying, no, you know what I mean? Like, look around. Tell me people don't need reprogramming.
No, what characters
Well-
at a bar are you gonna find when they're reprogrammed?
Well, hopefully I will also be reprogrammed to where I won't want to meet them anymore.
That
I'm
would
asking
suck.
for it. It depends on where it gets us.
Do you only want to meet characters because existence is too boring for you?
Yes.
That is embarrassing.
Yes. Yes.
Imagine.
Sounds meaningful.
I need, and it's
Yeah.
entertainment most of the time.
Hmm.
Wow.
Fun.
How do you
Wow.
disagree with that? What do you want to meet them for? wanna get-
I don't really need to meet them.
I don't need to meet them either. That's why I'm saying I don't have a problem with the chip.
Do you not find more out of fun than just that was fun? I had a sensation, over with.
But what if it got us to Mars? Like really got us there. But like, what if you got to experience that?
It can't happen.
Why not?
'Cause
Oh,
it-
so why do you think reprogramming? Why do you think reprogramming would be so like robotic? I feel like it would have
because it has to be like there has to be certain limitations on it that are made by humans, so it's automatically a smaller.
Jared, are you involved in the chip
cage.
making process?
Yes.
Answer it honestly.
Yes.
Oh my God. All I'm saying is I feel like you're talking on a line. I feel like you're talking on something that you don't know a lot about, and you're not putting as much imagination as you could. See, you're painting the chip in a negative light, and you got to think about some of the positives, because if we can get these ACT scores up, we might make it. Like if we can start, you know what I mean?
Make it where? To what?
Yeah.
Just like, I don't know, less people in the way. I like people driving correctly, less car accidents, less Deweys, you know what I mean? Less police shootings. That'd be good.
How
I
about
mean,
instead
maybe
of
we
a-
should chip police.
I think only certain people should be chipped.
Okay, which ones? Now you're getting naughty. No, here's the thing. I actually do know what you mean, even though somebody could take that in a horrendous angle. But
Yeah.
no,
I wasn't not gonna.
No, like if a doctor could switch on his chip, a surgeon.
If here's the thing, if you could have absolute control over switching it on and switching it off, fine. If it is for like a real forward purpose, but that's not ever going to be the case where you have absolute control over it, or there's no side effect of it, or there's something will go wrong.
Okay, let's live in a perfect world, please.
In a perfect world. In a perfect world.
Okay, if you could turn it on and off, would you do it?
Would I do it?
Yeah, if you can turn
I
it
could
on
turn
and
it on
off.
and off.
What does the chip do
Yes.
for us?
It
Let's
would
say it
be-
like lowers emotions, heightens like intelligence, like capabilities. Like we take the emotional ego out of the way and we become fully. It's all ability. All ability. That's what it
So
does.
you're talking about being a robot.
No, it's not a robot. It's just
Yeah, it
like
is.
it's dulling the senses. Just dulling the senses a little bit to make more room for computations.
Here's the thing, you can do that. It's called SSRIs.
You are an animal right now.
I'm saying
He's
that
right,
we.
though.
I,
He's right.
I actually okay.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah. But well, hold on. Here's the thing. Do you? I know quite a bit of people with SSRIs, right? But it's not doing what I'm saying the chip's doing because a lot of them still are dumb. They're still morons, whether their emotions are dull or not. I'm talking about a fucking seesaw here. You lower one, you raise the other side. You want to go back to fun time? Do it the other way. Some people are born with a little different seesaw, but that doesn't matter, right? It's just saying like I have to study for this test. Turn the chip on.
Why
Taking
can't
all
you
the
just
information.
focus on studying?
Have you met people? Have you met people?
Oh, so the problem
I'm
is the
saying
people.
undisciplined
The
people.
problem is the people. We didn't need the chip until something made it so people couldn't fucking be real or
Yeah.
couldn't figure it out.
Exactly.
they can't
The chip is the ultimate crutch. It's the final crutch.
Here's the
And it's
thing,
not going to
though.
work.
Here's the thing, though.
know?
But what you're saying, okay, we'll take it off a test then, because there's a lot of people who are just undisciplined in general,
Yeah.
right? I'm undisciplined. I wish I had. I
We
wish
all
I
have
could be
that.
more. Everybody has something, but if you could just go a little farther.
You're just lazy if you want the chip.
Right.
No.
I
No.
agree. You're
just
I
lazy.
feel like but I'm not lazy.
No, for wanting the chip, you're lazy.
But
No. It's not about laziness, Jared. It's about I know what my human capabilities are, and I know I get better. But if I could have something that could even listen,
if you got the chip to get better, the things that you could have just improved on would never get better, and
I think you're wrong.
everything else would get worse because you would develop that into other parts of your personality.
Okay, are you ready? You know why he's wrong? Because if we had a Major League Baseball team that every single person was doping, it would be better than regular baseball. That's what I'm saying.
But then baseball is no longer baseball. It's animals swinging their dicks around.
See, no,
on the
you
field.
just made it weird.
Then it's no
Now you
longer
made it
a
negative.
sport. Then it's no longer a competition. See,
All
here's
right,
the
it's
thing:
meaningless
if there's an addition
Yeah.
to it, if there's something added into it to like, the whole point of the game is skill.
Right.
Right?
And if you can't naturally do it, then don't do it.
And if you artificially
And if you-
increase the skill,
And if you can't train yourself to get better at it,
Yeah.
then you shouldn't do it because you're not gonna. Because then you're fucking weak. Then you need to either try or you gotta do something else.
Here's where that
The chip
point-
makes it so that people who don't deserve to be good at something because they're not willing to try can just do it.
Sure, but here's where you're missing the point. We do unnatural things every day, whether we're good or bad at it. Just because we push the ticket a little further, I don't think gives it a reason to not do it. And just because if we have the ability to make unproductive people productive, that's ultimately a positive for everybody. Because think about it. If we had that and the world we're back in the perfect world. Just here we go. Back in the perfect world. Let's say there's a lot of policies that are different about this country. A lot of more fairness. Things are equitable, right? I mean, think about how clean everything would be. Just if everyone was just a little more, you know what I mean? Like if everyone just like could take a time, do something, really get into something. Like you go to your job, you make a livable wage, you like it, but you make like the best, like you work at McDonald's, but it's the best burger you ever made every single time. And you can feel happy about yourself when you're done with the day. And just because you couldn't put that much energy into it without the chip, I don't think takes away from how perfect the burger is.
But McDonald's only exists because we're in an imperfect world. In a perfect world, we wouldn't need McDonald's. We wouldn't need bullshit.
and someone with
Therefore-
a chip in their head wouldn't go and get McDonald's anyways because
Yeah, but you can turn it off. The people who turn it off are getting McDonald's. I'm getting McDonald's when I turn it off.
Why would you turn it off?
Here's my question.
Because I want to have McDonald's.
Here's my question. What's stopping people from never turning it off?
Nothing.
That's a problem.
But what's stopping people from never turning it on?
It loses meaning. Your life loses meaning. You don't have to try anymore.
You're all saying that, but I'm really wondering whose life in this room has a lot of meaning.
All of ours, if you decide to have it.
Yeah, but we're talking about like effectiveness and like, you're
right. But those are proportions. Those are only proportions to how meaningful your life is.
You don't think that's important when it comes to whether we should put a chip in somebody's brain or not?
I think what are you even talking about?
You're saying that life would be meaningless with the chip, and I'm saying how the measurement of meaningfulness is proportionate, and I don't see how that affects whether you should have the chip or not.
Proportionate to what? Other people and what? Like,
how are you confused?
I'm confused as to why you think that we're not capable of making the world better ourselves and we need a chip to do it.
Because we've been on this planet for quite a long time.
No, we haven't.
Yes, we have.
We've been on this planet for less than 1% of the entire existence of life.
But the majority of life has been on here for less than that.
And we got here.
Yeah, it brought us here.
And it got us here.
It gave you the opportunity to sit in this fucking room with this little piece of metal.
And be like, I want a chip in my brain. It's not good enough.
This is going to ruin my career in anything.
What is it? What'd you say?
This podcast has ruined my career and everything. We opened the podcast with a mass shooting joke.
Right.
If I would have had the chip in my brain, maybe I wouldn't have done that.
And then the episode would be bad.
And boring.
Well,
would have been.
Right.
I don't think they'll be able to take a chip and say, now you're funny. Right. Now you're interesting.
Okay, we won't go that far.
Now you're lovable. Now you're kind.
No, we won't do that. But we will make the trains on time.
If it makes this you hit the nail with the hammer every time and don't hit your thumb and you get it straight, that makes sense.
If
you drive the car straight,
that's
that makes
exactly
sense.
what I've been talking.
But you're talking about like emotion, dull your senses and get the emotions down. No, this is just straighten the arm and focus the eyes.
Do you not think it's going to dull emotions a little bit?
I'd be like doing that anyway. Does that?
See, here's
so you can just do it.
Said that.
No, I'm saying you don't need the chip. Is what I'm saying.
I think
you can just do the jobs and get better at it.
Or build robots. Build robots.
Need the chip.
You're gonna chip me.
You need the chip.
You're already chipped.
You're getting chipped.
This is the chipped and chipped podcast
chipped tonight when you're asleep, and I'm putting a needle.
Kate, I already have my booster.
You already stupid.
All right, let's wrap it up.
What time is it?
We're getting close to the end here.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining. I'm sorry this will be the last episode. We'll see, happy Easter, happy Passover, and happy Ramadan. This is
all of them.
This is a happy day where everyone can be celebrated at the same time. This is good. This is good. This is a positive thing. And, I hope everyone enjoyed the festive energy we brought today in this Easter Jesus Christ themed podcast episode.
We got eggs.
And please share, subscribe, share it to the right people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't share it to anyone who's going to send me an email.
Share it to your mechanic.
Yes. Yes.
A mechanic's deep into lots of things.
Yes. Yeah. Share this podcast with your mechanic, your crazy uncle, a bartender, your Uber driver. They'll get it. Do not give it to a teacher. Don't give it to a teacher. Don't give it to anyone who's in a desk job, anyone who does anything in the tech industry. They will ruin our lives so quickly. This is a blue-collar podcast.
Right. We were just kidding about that chip stuff. He was just kidding. We were kidding about all of that. We're blue-collar.
This is a satire podcast.
This whole podcast is satire. Right. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you to www.iconosha.com for helping us with the studio. Thank you to That's a Beauty for production. And see you all in the next one.